just going to go straight in. But we're not going to go straight in. Because I just want to remind you where we're at. You've explored the rooms. You found a pair of overalls that may or may not grant you access to the engineering room, which is where you suspect your trade union friend, acquaintance, has been taken. You've passed the night in the kind of shitty bar, and you've gone to sleep. You've gone to bed. I kind of fast forwarded you to bed and said that while asleep, you saw a vision of the dark heart of the ship, which told you that it would make a litter of your souls from the spores of its everlasting death. And I'd like some more information from your backstories, and also an opportunity to read this really cool thing that I wrote, because it's got a funny joke in it. And before you go to bed and see the vision, I'm going to put you through a couple of scenes here. I'm going to say on your way to bed, you're kind of stood at the rails of the ship, looking out to sea. Is that all right? Stop Absolutely. Me if this is not cool. And the sun, the sun is going down, and I'll read this nice thing I've written, and then you can tell me what we want to do. A strange thought occurs. There are no birds. No seagulls trail the ancient mariner, hoping for some cast-off leftovers. If anything, they seem to give a wide berth to the boat's belching engines, and a little wonder. The smoke that spewed forth from the funnels seem especially noxious, especially black, like the crushed velvet cape of a wicked magician who says he can show you a special trick in his van. You crawl from sheets sticky with... Sorry. Just want to read that bit. That was really funny. Get that out there in the public domain. As you stand on the rails, looking out towards the night, do you reminisce?
I turn to Sir Gwenton. Sir Gwenton, who would you like me to be this evening? Who would you like to talk to tonight?
Oh, Fenton, excellent question. Of reasons I know not why, but it's the goblin wars that I keep coming back to the goblin wars. It must have been decades ago now, and the blight on the landscape that they were, and we charged them, and we rid the lands of that blight. And I think you were. Was it you, Fenton? Was it? I forgot his name. Who led the charge?
Oh, against the goblins, sir. I believe the charge was led by
Tenny, son of the name escapes me.
Yes, I think you'd be right there. Alfred, I think his name was.
Alfred,
son of Tenny. Yeah, Alfred, son of Tenny. Would you like me to play? He was quite the military commander, if I remember.
He was
a very morose gentleman. Father felt that when he threw himself into that battle, it was death that he sought more than victory. But I don't want to.
Perhaps.
Yes. Okay, sir. If you would like, I could be him for this evening. Just give me a moment.
Okay. He had a lisp, didn't he?
And
which is strange for someone with a Jamaican accent. But
Judge Jamaican, was he?
strangely, my memories were coming back really clearly.
I'm not.
I
do not wish for us to be cancelled before we have begun.
Oh man.
Goblan. I can't know.
I think. What was it my wife said to me? If you say the phrase
beer can,
beer can, you sound like you're saying bacon. But
I'm getting confused again. That wasn't him at all.
So I cast
Jamaica.
I cast inappropriate accent on myself. No, I cast disguise self on myself.
Nice.
And I appear in the form of an old dwarf, Alfred, son of Tenny, and he has a slightly wispy grey beard. He's bald on top, with sort of wispy bits of hair that come out sideways from the side of his head. He's dressed in sort of dwarven armor, which is all geometric shapes. At kind of aggressive angles.
Like PlayStation 1 Lara Croft.
Yes, excellent. Yeah, all pointy bits.
All points.
And he jumps like this.
He's pretending to be
Which,
curved.
for the listeners at home, is an excellent impression.
There's an incredible swallow dive.
Lara Croft.
Followed by a roll. But and he sort of actually shrinks because he's smaller than the Dragonborn. And he stands beside you.
Do you also get stuck in a wall as you're walking along?
Yeah. This is very good for an auditory medium.
Yes.
He turns to Sir Gwenton, and he is like, "Now then, old boy, you all ready for tomorrow?"
Yes, I am. Yes, I believe so.
Gonna be a bloody one. Gonna be a bloody one, I tell you.
Well, it's to be expected. These marauders, these invaders, are a filth on this land, and the nobles have given us our orders, and our orders we will follow them to the letter of the law. We will.
I'm going to be honest.
This.
I'm going to be honest with you, Gwenton. I care not whether we be slaying goblins or pigs or cutting down grass. For me, it's all about the glory of it, my boy. All about the glory. We ride.
Hey.
What could be worse than tilling earth or painting frescoes on the ceilings of great chapels? I mean, it's just a waste of time. Ride into battle. You cut the head off something to die in a glorious manner, my boy. That's what it's all about, I tell you.
Yes, I. You've reviewed the plans of attack, though, yes?
Oh, of course I have. Yes. The orders are clear. There's only one position we can attack. These goblins. We ride through the valley, and we attack the goblins. And yes.
I wonder, though. Our orders are not to stop at the battlefield. Our orders are to purge the goblin race from these lands. We are to ride through their army that is amassing at the other end of this field and continue on into their dwellings.
That's right, my boy. That's right. We must. It's not enough to just chop the hands off the thief. You must kill the bugger.
I spy an opportunity. Can you both make insight checks, please?
2. Wait, let me add my -1. So that's a 1.
21.
An unnatural 1.
So Gwenton, it's the transition to this battlefield is seamless for you. In the way of all dreams, you don't know it's a transition between standing on the deck, talking to this guy, and then talking to him on the battlefield back at that time before the charge. And time has moved forward, and it's the moments before this charge. Fenton, you do notice you are jarred. It's jarring. You feel a force, magic, enchantment, something else shift you to another place. And you're no longer son of Tenny, Alfred, son of Tenny. Because he's there and he's talking to Sir Gwenton, and you're kind of stood watching this, wondering what's going on. And that's, we're there. That's what's happening. And you can hear again, this voice, the heart of the ship that had kind of spoken to you before speaks to you, Sir Gwenton, and it says, it's wicked, the things you've done for him. Wicked.
I think Sir Gwenton is. We're in the battle, yeah. Are we in the? Are we
if that's what you want, yeah, sure.
And I think I'm there, and I think I'm. This is Sir Gwenton, kind of at the height of both his fame and his ability, and his his control of his faculties. So he's a quite an awe-inspiring fight. On the battlefield, he's bedecked in golden armor. His shield is gold with the crest of this kind of dragon face and the fire beaming out on his shield, and he's swinging this great sword, and just like he's just slaying these goblins like that, and like he turns and he breathes fire on like burn you 6 like that and catch a light, and he's just there like in kind of like battle lust, and he raises his sword up to and he just see as he does this one little kind of quivering, shivering wreck of a goblin, no more of a boy than a goblin. He just hears it, and it just stays his hand for a minute, and he just can't move. He can't move.
Let's leave you there for a sec. Fenton, what are you doing? What was your role in this battle originally, the first time round? We know what Sir Gwenton was. He was the set forward, number 9, leading the vanguard. What was Fenton's role in these moments?
I think I am walking up behind where Sir Gwenton has charged. He's sort of charged in the vanguard. And I'm walking up, and I've got like a spear in my hand, and I walk along. Oh no, you're not dead yet. And then stab that one in the head, and go a bit further along. What about you? Oh no, and stabs that one as well. And then, oh, that's a nice little bracelet you got on there. Who did you have that off? And so I think he's literally like just executing half-dead goblins, putting them out of their misery, and stealing any trinkets that he can, and then occasionally maybe even killing the odd one of his own side, who's like beyond help. Oh no, you're not getting up from there, and just like he's just slaying. He's killing 1 HP creatures, and I think and I think you're sort of in the melee, like once you're on like a horse and you kind of whip it around and you're fighting on all around. So you're not charging anymore, but you're in the heat of the battle, right? And so I think you're sort of staggering around. And I think I see this goblin in front of you, and your arm is sort of stayed there in the air for a moment. And I see something very different to you. You see this boy who is defenseless, and I see like a wretched goblin that is about to like knife you or something like this. And I just hurl the spear at him. And I'm going to roll because I think it would be more interesting to roll and see what the outcome of this might be. And that is a 17 on the die. So I think I hurl my spear and it just, like right through him.
Let's flip the camera back to Sir Gwenton. What do you see in that moment of hesitation?
And again, I think I would see a frightened face, although it's goblin, and to me and the kind of the so-called civilization that I've been raised in, it's somewhat grotesque. But even behind that, I see the fear and the I don't know, this moment of realization, and I kind of start lowering my sword, and thwunk, like I think straight through the eyeball or something. This massive spear, and kind of the roar of the battle comes back like an ocean.
Yeah, nice.
And I think I'm just. And I breathe more fire onto these little fuckers and start cutting heads off and shit.
And I think an impartial camera view of this battle, almost like a drone shot, starts out wide and pans in to take in the vista of the slaughter of you guys. And whatever you see, this impartial camera sees wall and dog huts, subsistence level farmers trying to protect their land from heavily armored, technologically advanced, well-drilled soldiers, and it's a complete slaughter. And this guy who gets killed, he's cowering in your shadow, and at his feet are two small children, twin sisters. And in that moment of their father dying, in one of them, well, in both of them, the trauma is almost overwhelming, but in one of them, you can see a snap, like almost like a psychic kind of snap. And the whatever magic forces is unleashed, whatever, like, forces is unleashed, something in that child's brain, a little bit of blood leaks out her ear, and the other one kind of turns to her and takes out a very proper handkerchief and kind of undobs the blood from her ear and says, now, Lydia, must maintain appearances. And the battle kind of sweeps on past.
Nice.
And you sweep on through the battlefield, cutting down everything before you, and it's a complete massacre. Until you kind of finish the charge and you get to the end of the of the kind of charge, if you like, and in the weirdly, like almost that weird dreamlike logic kind of thing, you're in the engine room of the ship, and the corner of the engine room there was a massive, gigantic, pulsating black heart, and it's just pupating evil in the corner, and it pulses and it oozes. And when you're there, the dead from the battlefield are there too, and they begin to rise. Roll for initiative.
Yes, god damn it. Oh, fuck. Okay. No! Did you say roll twice for initiative?
I said roll once for initiative. As you can see.
6.
18.
Yeah, that's about right. God, I have to learn how my moves now.
Let's go with
2 attacks.
Go with 4. So, number 1. Yes. Let's stop at 3. Okay. Let's start. 3 of the corpses rise on the floor of this engine room as the heart continues to pulse and pulse and pulse. And they charge at you. And they were small subsistence farmers, these goblins, but in the way of all nightmares, they have mutated and twisted and grown bigger and blacker, powered by the evil of this dream, powered by the evil of your memory, and they charge at you. Fenton, you're first. There are 3 of them at the moment, but you get the sense that more would arise.
Can I get a sense of their like configuration, if that makes sense? So like they've
Yeah,
risen out of the ground and they're trying.
Yes.
I'm standing with Quentin.
Yes, I think they stood side to side in this engine room. They're perhaps 30 feet away and closing fast. You can engage with them in one movement. They were small goblins, but now they're medium creatures that look like a goblin that's just been stretched out and has grown tentacles from strange places. And they are bloodied and black.
Nice. I think I take out my bow, and might have been better actually if it was a bow and arrow on the battlefield. But I take out my bow and I'm going to fire an arrow at one of them.
Great. Yep, sure. Make your
12.
roll. 12's a miss.
Okay. I think I'm not expecting it, and I'm still slightly disorientated of like where I am and who I am and what size I am.
Yep.
And so I miss. I'm sorry, sir. It seems so. I still need to get my iron. And I, as was often the case, take a couple of steps back from Sir Gwenton. And as a bonus action, I use the help action, which means that Sir Gwenton will get advantage on his if he takes the attack action on his turn.
I think we will be.
That's my special ability as a mastermind rogue, that I can take the help action as a bonus action.
That's really cool. That's really cool. Okay. The one that you shoot at, Benton, engages you in melee combat and swings.
I would say I've taken a couple of steps back behind Sir Gwenton, so I think if he comes for me, he would kind of have to go past Sir Gwenton.
Okay, then he's going to swing at Sir Gwenton instead. Then.
Okay.
Does a 17 hit?
17 does not hit, no.
Ooh, 17 does not hit. Okay. A second one then comes, second of the third, also comes for you, Sir Gwenton, and swings. And this time it's 26 to hit.
Yeah.
That's 16 damage.
16 damage. All right, Jesus. All right, let me page up. One hit, 16 damage. That's brutal. Cool.
And then it's Sir Gwenton's go. He is flanked, although we're not doing advantage and disadvantage house rules. You are flanked by 2. You've got Fenton behind you, and there's a third one to come after you, or is charging behind you.
So I don't think Sir Gwenton realizes that he's on the ship. I think he's still on the battlefield. And with that, I think there's none of the hesitancy that has maybe kind of set in with like his kind of semi-retirement. He's reliving a moment at the kind of the peak of his powers. So when he pulls his great sword, or the Dragon's Dance, as it was famously called, and I'm writing down so I don't forget it. It kind of shimmers with this kind of golden fire that is almost the golden fire is the sigil of Sir Gwenton, and he just goes, "Back, foul fiend!" and he takes a big old swing at what am I looking at here? What I mean, I think he still sees the goblins really, but yeah,
I think there's. I wonder whether it's an element of surprise or perhaps even like excitement, like a real challenge, because it was too easy. The first charge, and you're like, finally a challenge. Like, these guys have gotten their shit together. This is maybe their elite force, and you think, oh yeah, you know, son of Tenny will be happy with me. This is true. There's glory in this.
He wants a real battle. So let's see how we're doing. That is a 27 to hit.
That'll do it.
Yeah, we'll do it. And that will go in. That's not great. 11 points of damage.
Okay.
It's one big swoop of the Dragon's Dance again, and like he just feels these kind of forms that he's known and studied for all his life just kind of kick in. So automatically the backhand sweep comes across. That's not as good, but 17 to hit.
Meets it.
Beats it. Excellent. And I think 15
Yep.
points of slashing damage.
Okay.
And I think this one, as he kind of swings back with his sword, like his kind of face comes round, and you see like kind of the flame again. This kind of this flame that's been quite quenched. It's been like almost ash, and is starting to boil up, and his face kind of lights up. And so I'm going to make that a menacing attack, if I may, and expend one use of my superiority dice. So the first thing I do with a menacing attack is I add a d8 to that hit, which is a further 7 points of damage.
Okay.
And your man has got to make a wisdom saving throw, which I'm not sure what that would be against.
8 plus your proficiency bonus plus strength or dex.
I reckon strength then. 8, proficiency is 3, so it's 16 to beat.
Fails.
He's frightened of me as well. He fucking should be.
In the stat block for this,
unless he's yeah.
In the stat block for this creature, his condition immunities are as follows: charmed, exhaustion, grappled, paralyzed, petrified, poisoned, prone, restrained, unconscious,
but not
frightened.
Wow!
In the moment that you hit this guy, make a perception check.
Ooh. Oh, that's good. I don't see shit yet. Not great.
And feel free to make one also.
Right. 18.
Sir Gwenton, he is scared of you. This nightmare goblin creature. In the moment that you strike it down, it transforms back into this farmer, and your hand is not stayed this time. You cut through, and you like it. This is why you're here. This was a palpable hit, and you enjoyed it. And Fenton, in the corner, because you recognize this, you're not fully in this dream world. You see,
And as a man who deals in some illusion.
Yes, you see the glamour at work here. And you see the heart, this massive, pulsating monstrosity in the corner of the engine room. When he makes that hit, it grows larger.
Ooh.
It gets bigger.
That's not good.
And it is Fenton's turn.
Okay, interesting. I think how far are they away from the heart?
The creatures. 60 feet.
And how far away are the creatures?
30 feet. They're right in the middle between you and the heart.
I rush forwards to where the first creature is. And as I rush forward to Segwenton's side, I would like to breathe fire. Open up my dragon maw and breathe fire in a 30-foot line.
Okay.
Through one of them at the heart. So kind of a hit on both would be the goal here.
Okay.
They need to make
dex saves.
Yeah, it's not that high. It's a DC 12 dex save.
Ooh, the creature fails. I mean, the heart is static, so I'm going to say they both fail.
That makes sense.
The heart passed the roll, but actually, it's a massive thing that's like attached to the ship. It's like hardwired through veins and tentacles. It's not moving anywhere. So,
Okay.
They both hit.
They take. Now they take 10 points of fire damage.
Yeah.
But I would argue that the creature, the goblin-like creature, is within 5 feet of Segwenton.
Yeah.
So would also take an additional 8 points of sneak attack.
Okay.
So 10 points of damage to both, and an additional 8 points of damage to the goblin-like apparition.
Yeah. Okay.
Does it do anything to the heart when the fire hit it?
Talk me through the feeling here. What is Fenton trying to do?
I think Fenton wants to see. Part of him is motivated by these things are attacking his master, right? And he wants to help defend his master. But part of him wants to hit the cause of this thing. Like he senses that the heart is the real malevolence here. Mm-hmm. And so he wants some of the flame to do that. Now, with Fenton, he is a brass dragon. He's not gold, he's not high quality. So this is the fire of like, and I think of fire as therefore not as grand, right? Fire is the thing that we use to keep ourselves warm, to cook our dinner. It is this everyday basic aspect of civilization. But he wants to see if that fundamental fire can harm this heart or cause it to react in some way.
You notice when you do the damage, the heart again seems to grow. It seems to swell, and it says, "I see you. I get why you steal from him. I understand why you do it, and why you protect him at the same time."
I would then like to disengage as a bonus action.
Yeah.
Or although I've moved 30, I've moved my movement really. So no, I'll stay where I am, and I'll just give the help as a bonus action again to Sir Quentin.
What's the help? It gives me an advantage on
Yeah,
on it.
on what
Cool.
you're doing.
Cool. On one hit or every hit?
On your action.
Action or actions?
One, I think.
Okay.
I think you can
And-
make 2 attacks as the attack action. So if you were to second wind and gave yourself a second action, I don't think it would count. But I think if you take 2 attacks as your action, it would count. That's how I see it. It wouldn't count to a bonus action, right?
Cool.
Yeah.
It's
Did we kill one, by the way?
no.
These apparitions? No.
It's Nightmare number one's turn, and it was engaged with Sir Gwentin, but he walks away from you to address Fenton, and you can take an opportunity attack if you'd like.
Yes, I'd like to very much. Well, that's a natural 19, so it's like a 28, I think.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, figured as much. And then that'll be... That's all right. It's 16 points of slashing damage.
Okie dokie. And when it faces you and looks you full in the face, Fenton, it transforms again. Because every adventurer, no matter how good or lawful, has taken a life. And every adventurer remembers the first life they took. No matter how evil the person, they remember. And this nightmare for you, Fenton, turns into that person. And it says to you with a mouthful of blood as if you've killed it all over again. Was it worth it? All the blood you shed in his name. Was it worth it?
And what Fenton sees is a young Dragonborn who he encountered once in the forest when he was still... He'd not been having much luck. He was living out just beyond the edge of town, a little better than a brigand. And this young, slightly naive, well-educated Dragonborn was off to become a squire for a noble Dragonborn living in the town. And he was talking to Fenton in the forest about the life that lay ahead of him and all his hopes and dreams, and how he was going to serve this noble knight. And Fenton was so jealous and angry at the difference in their lives that he cut him down savagely, knifed him between his ribs and kept stabbing him, and took from him the letter of introduction to go meet this noble family and be introduced to their son, Quentin. And he took the letter of introduction and he wiped the blood off this boy's coat as good as best he could and swapped it with his own and swapped bags, took his sword and went into town and on his stolen horse to change his life. And he did change his life forever. And he thinks to himself, he looks over at Sir Quentin and thinks about what his life was. And he's like, oh, by God, it was bloody worth it.
And this boy stands in front of you. Did you say that out loud? It was worth it.
Yeah, he's out loud. He says, "Oh, by God, it was bloody worth it." Yeah. It's made all the difference.
He strikes at you when you say that.
I don't blame him.
It's kind of fair.
But he misses. Is there anything else you'd like to say? No, there isn't. Actually, you've said enough.
Boy,
You've said enough. You said enough. Fuck you. You said enough. Fuck you. The second one that's still engaged with Sir Quentin.
We're fast and loose for the 6 seconds per.
The boy came back, I think, alive, and there was a whole other.
But
two little goblin orphans come in at that point.
Oh, golly!
She didn't do that till after the school. Get your timelines right.
She was always prim and proper.
So, Quentin, you were confronted.
Yes.
The nightmare again transforms into. Well, we've seen your first kill already, haven't we?
Yes.
We've seen your first one. Some kind of Jason Bourne Nomark that was brought in to kind of test your resolve, isn't that right? That was your first kill. But I wonder, have there been any others that ever made you feel, ever gave you a sleepless night?
I think we've talked. We've done a couple of examples of the kills that perhaps at the end of his life, Sir Quentin is revisiting. But I think this one, Sir Jamis. There was a turning, I think, when he was kind of an up-and-comer. And he was probably just maybe he himself, he was like a squire or a page or something like that. He wasn't actually Sir yet. And, he kind of got through the knockouts and that. And like, this was the first thing. This was kind of his debut in that. And he was just on it. And in like the kind of big one, he was again in front of this noble house. So you have the lords and the ladies and all that. And you have this kind of quite intense young Dragonborn kind of squaring up to Sir Jamis. And he lost. But he just lost, and he knew that he just lost, and he knew what he'd done wrong, and that the positioning of his feet, and it's almost like a geometry question where you get the wrong answer, but going back, it was and that angle was slightly out and things like that. So he remembers being felled by Sir Jamis, and he sees Sir Jamis like take the applause and the aplomb and bow to the giggling kind of ladies in the box who know Sir Jamis like that, but he
winks at you. He winks at you in the dust,
Yeah. But even that wink, I think he knew he was close, and this fight, this one he remembers Sir Janis, and it was the moment where he realized that he could be a knight, and he could be a knight of some renown. So I think it's maybe Sir Jamis again that he sees in front of him, and he just positions. You see his back foot, you see his tail just move, and the weight. For a Dragonborn, it's slightly different because the weighting's all right, and his foot just kind of slides around in a little 45-degree arc. He raises his sword. Lay on, Sir Jamis. Lay on.
Make an attack roll with advantage.
Ooh.
You've both got inspiration for those scenes, by the way.
Oh, gosh. Let's have this guy. Oh, natural 17 on the roll for a 26 to hit.
Roll your damage.
Shall. I think this one as well. I think we'll have a little bit of a menacing attack as well. So we're going to roll a 16 plus 4. So 20 points. God, fighters are good, aren't they? 20 points in the first hit. I really want to just leather this guy. So my second
He needs
hit.
to make his save as well to see if he's frightened.
Oh, yeah. See if he's frightened of me. So
Yeah, do it.
Oh, okay.
You want me to make a save? Sorry.
Yeah. It's, what did we just say?
You rolled a 4. You rolled a 4.
6 ways fail. So he's frightened of me on the first attack, you see him, he wants to retreat, but no, fuck that. My next roll, that's the one we'll take advantage on. 10, 18 to hit.
Yep.
Great. For 8, 16 points of damage.
Okay.
Is he still up?
Yeah, but it's looking rough.
Will action surge.
Make a perception check.
Oh, okay.
Both make a perception check.
Not bad for me. 15.
Nope.
Sir Gwenton, you hear 2 things. You hear in the corner of the room, and maybe you become aware of it for the first time, this massive heart. You hear it go, yes! Yeah! Him again! And you hear Sir Jamis faintly, muffled behind his visor. Mercy. Mercy. I yield. What do you do?
You showed me none, sir. And on my action surge, I'm not going to swing. I'm going to breathe. And I just flame the bastard. And just brutally, he's right in front of me, so he's taking this fully in the face. I don't know how breath weapon works, but
he rolls a save.
Does he? Good luck with that.
8 plus your con plus
your proficiency. Well, my con's pretty bloody decent as well. Yeah, so 15 to beat.
No, he fails.
What is your con? Plus 5.
Plus 4.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, nice. My con is 0.
Sorry, checks it.
I'm a golden dragon.
I know, but I'm old. That's what I thought. I thought I'm old.
Yeah. I still stack my stats. It's not great. It's 9 points of burning damage.
Okay.
There you go. And he's frightened of me. That's what he should be.
Completely and utterly terrified. And when you strike that blow, you kill the knight, and his head just explodes. You obliterated completely. He's mercy, bang, no.
And he falls.
Yep.
I think for the first time, so I kind of raise the dragon's dance aloft, and I turn to take the applause, and I think this is the moment that I snap back into the room, and instead of giggling ladies throwing flowers at me, I see this throbbing, pulsing horror, and I'm just, and again I'm an old man again, and I'm scared. I don't know what's happening. Fenton.
And your knuckles are sore. You know, you've been swinging this sword like you used to do when you were 20.
Yeah,
and you're not 20 anymore. And your knuckles hurt. And your wrists hurt. And you see this appalling vista of nightmare creatures. And there was 2 of them. And now, you don't know how many, rise up from the floor. And they all begin shambling towards you. And they all wear the faces of people you've killed. The first one, the second one, the third one, the one you're embarrassed about, the one you don't feel bad about at all, the one that, all of them, and they all wear those same terrified, frightened faces that the knight showed when he was begging you for mercy. And you hear the heart continues to whisper, kill them all again. Kill them all again. Feed me.
When did I say? And that'll do for me. Excellent.
Let's call it a night there.
Oh. Cool.
Good call.